Okay, class, we are starting a new chapter in grammar today. Um, a long time ago, we studied verbs. Remember, those are the action words of a sentence. A verb tells us what someone or something does. So, for instance, the boy found gold in the creek. Found is an action verb. Okay, so listen to this sentence. Um, the miners are panning for gold. So are panning is an action verb showing what the miners are doing. But today we're going to be talking about another kind of verb, and we touched on it a little bit when we did our verb chapter. So I just want to remind you. So we're talking about linking verbs today. And linking verbs, remember I told you we've kind of got to think about a linking verb as almost an equal sign, okay? So we have am, is, are, was, were. These are samples of linking verbs, okay? So if I have a sentence such as this one, you are nice, this word right here, are, is a linking verb, okay? So it's kind of like an equal sign. So it's kind of like you equals nice, right? You are nice. It's linking you and nice together. So that's why it's called a linking verb. Okay, so we could do this, all right? We can put two lines under are to help us remember that's equal. And now let's show what's equal. So you and nice are linked together by the word are, okay? You equals nice. You are nice. This is our linking verb. And this is what it links together. So think of how a chain links things together, okay? All right, so remember, linking verbs are am, is, are, was, were. Okay, let's look at another sentence, okay? Grass is green. So here is a linking verb. This is telling us that grass equals green, right? Grass equals green. So this is our linking verb. It is showing that grass and green go together, that grass is green. And so we can draw an arrow from grass to green and green to grass. And is our linking verb that does that in a sentence. Okay, so we're going to take some look at some examples in our workbook. And I want to go through the first part with you very thoroughly so that you are not confused by anything. So remember, linking verbs are verbs. They tell us what someone is or what someone a word that describes them. Okay, so just think of those linking verbs: am, is, are, were, was. Those are linking verbs that connect parts of the sentence. So let's take a look at a couple different ways that we can use a linking verb. Okay, so it says many verbs show the action of the subject in a sentence. Okay, so here we can see that the nugget is the subject of the sentence, and here we can see that gold is the subject of the sentence. Okay, some verbs don't show action. A linking verb does not show action, it just shows a connection. Okay, so a linking verb links the subject to an adjective or a noun that's in the predicate. Okay, so here it says the nugget is shiny. So here, this is linking nugget with an adjective. Remember, adjectives describe nouns, okay? So the nugget is shiny. So here is our linking verb right here, and this is what it's connecting, nugget and shiny. It's showing us nugget equals shiny. Okay, another way we can use linking verbs, okay, so when the subject is linked to a noun, the noun renames the subject, okay? So we could say gold is a metal, okay? So is kind of like that equal sign, gold equals metal. The is the linking verb that's connecting gold and metal. They belong together, and a linking verb links them together, okay? So you can see that the verb is does not show action. This is, in this one, the nugget is shiny. The verb is linking the subject to the adjective, okay? And in this sentence, the linking verb is linking the subject to another noun to rename it, Okay, so let's practice some together, and then you'll do the back on your own in exactly the same way. All right, so let's look here. So let's read in this box. Does the verb show action? Okay, so we want to look at these sentences. Is the verb showing action? Is it showing what someone or something is doing? Or is it linking to another word to rename it as another noun or to describe it? So we'll take a look, and we have to underline the main word of the subject. So we're looking for the subject. We're going to underline that one time, and then we're going to underline the verb twice. Then we have to look at the verb and decide, is it a linking verb or an action verb? If it's an action verb, we'll write A, and if it's a linking verb, we'll write L. So there's lots of things that we have to do in here. First of all, let's find the main subject, the main word for the subject. So this sentence, the miner panned for gold in the river. So to find the subject, we need to think, okay, who is it talking about? Who or what? Okay, so the miner is who we're talking about. This is the subject of the sentence. So one line under the subject, so that would be the miner. Okay, so what is the miner doing, or what did the miner do? He panned for gold, right? So we would underline, just do the main word, which would be panned, okay? The miner panned. So 2 lines under the verb. Now we have to think, is panned an action verb or a linking verb? Is it linking the miner to tell us what the miner is like or what the miner is, or is it showing us what the miner does? Okay, so yes, it's an action verb because it's telling us that what the miner did. The miner panned for gold in the river. So that would be an action verb. So 1 line for subject, 2 lines for verb. Then we have to decide if it's an action verb or a linking verb. Okay, so let's look at number 2. His name is Old Pete. Okay, so this one's kind of tricky. Okay, so it's talking about his name. So his name is the subject. So let's underline name once. Okay, now is his name doing something? Or can we link his name with something else? Can we link his name with an adjective? Or can we link his name with another noun that renames it? Okay, yes, so we can rename this. We can say his name equals Old Pete, right? So this is a linking verb because it's like an equal sign, okay? And then we can say that name and Old Pete are linked together. This right here is a linking verb, so we're going to put L right here for linking. Okay, number 3. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, now I'm getting lots of stuff on my screen, so I am very sorry about this. Okay, so number 3, the water was very cold. So what is this sentence about? It's about the water. So we want to underline the main word of the subject, which is water. Okay, so now is the water doing something, or are we saying something about the water that we could link to water? Okay, the water was very cold. Is the water doing something? No, it's not doing something. It's just being something, right? It's being very cold. So let's underline was. Okay, and now that is a linking verb. So what are we linking water with? We're linking water with cold. Okay, so this verb right here, action or linking? Linking. Okay, number 4. Let's think of what the subject is. The gold swirled in the bottom of the pan. Okay, so what is this sentence about? It's about the gold, so we're going to underline gold 1 time. Okay, so is the gold doing something, or is the gold being something that we could link to another word? Right, the gold is doing something. It swirled, right? The gold swirled. And that's an action you could picture. You could see it, right? So is that going to be a linking verb or an action verb? It's an action verb. Yeah, the gold swirled. Okay, it was swirling in the pan. Okay, last one. The miners were hopeful. Okay, so the subject, what's this sentence about? Who or what? It's about the miners. Okay. Are the miners doing an action? Or are they being something? Or is there a word that we can link to show what the miners are? Right, we can link. So were is our verb. It's not showing action, but it's linking the miners to hopeful, right? So miners equal hopeful. That's what the linking verb does. So number 5 is a linking verb. Okay, let's look at the next couple sentences. So we're supposed to underline the linking verb twice, so we know that these are going to be linking verbs. And then we're going to draw an arrow linking the main word of the subject part to the noun or adjective in the predicate that renames or describes. Okay, so number 6, some minds were successful. So can you find the linking verb? Remember linking verbs, you can look up in this yellow box or the white box inside the yellow box. So am, is, are, was, were. Oh, I see it. It's were, right? So we're going to underline that twice. That is our linking verb. Okay, so what's getting linked here? What two things are being equaled together, linked together by the linking verb? Okay, so it would be minds and successful. Okay, so these minds, we can describe them as successful. Some minds were successful. So it's linking our subject to this adjective successful. Okay, let's look at number 7 and let's look and see if we can find the linking verb that's in the sentence. Okay, one gold mine is a museum now. Okay, so mine is the subject again. Can you find the linking verb? It is. Okay, so now one gold mine is a museum now. So what is getting linked to the mine? What is being linked to the mine? We are either describing the mine or renaming the mine. Okay, right, we're going to rename the mine. We're linking this word mine with another noun that tells us another name for this mine. So it used to be a mine and now it's a museum. It's been renamed. Okay, so we link mine and museum together. Okay, so if you need to rewind or pause or go back and look at certain parts, you may, but the back side is pretty much the same. We're going to be doing this same sort of thing and this same sort of thing. And then you're going to write a sentence about your teacher. Boy, I hope you're going to write something nice about me. Okay, and make sure that the verb links the subject. So you would write a sentence about my teacher or Mrs. LaFave or another teacher that you might have, Mrs. DeLillo or Miss Ciccarelli or Miss Higgins. And you want to use a linking verb like is or was, right, to make sure, and then give an adjective or a noun that renames to link with your teacher's name. Okay? All right, so you will complete page 190 on your own, and please send a photo of page 190. I don't need the front because we did that one all together, okay? All right, see you later.